Thank you, Producer Brandon. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, about 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of Murfreesboro, in what today is so far a lovely, sunny, don't know it's going to stay that way, in Green Hills of southern middle Tennessee. It's that time of the month where we have in the celebration Chief Executive Officer Warren Wells to talk about things going on out at the 104-acre, I think I finally got that right, Warren.
Yep.
104-acre celebration site out there, and shout out to everybody out there in those horse barns that got us tuned in right now. So good morning, Warren.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, as always.
Always good to have you in here and get us updated on what's going on at the horse show grounds. What do you want to start with today?
Well, I think we usually start with events that we've had and some that are upcoming.
And you had a big one.
We did. I think when I was putting my notes together this morning, I thought, man, I don't know if I've ever filled up one of my little pages.
I'm looking at your sheet.
Yeah.
Folks, this may be an hour-long program. I don't know.
We've been really busy, and so
that's a good thing, right?
Yeah. So last time I was here, we were gearing up for the fun show, and so we had that, and it was really exciting and a great fun show this year. And I put on here to talk about one thing is really cool is how close the walking horse industry is and how much it's like a family. And so during the fun show, we had a graduation party for all the recent graduates, high school graduates that are in the walking horse business, and the blue ribbon was full, and it was really cool. Each kid had a table of their own, and it had where they were going to school next, and some pictures of them in the walking horse business. And I just thought, man, I don't know how many horse breeds have this kind of like family environment.
Absolutely. Of course, the walking horse industry has a tradition of families like grandfathers, fathers, sons being trainers, exhibitors, whatever.
Yep. So it was really cool, and so I just kind of wanted to mention that. But the week after the fun show, we had two events on the grounds in Cooper Steel Arena and in Champions Arena. So we had the Extreme Cowboy event, and we've talked about that. It's pretty cool. They run through water and gates and things like that at a time.
They go old school.
They do. It's really, really cool. And a lot of walking horses involved in that as well. And so we had that at the same time as we had the Black Rodeo USA. And
sold out crowd.
Yes, two of them.
Twice. I mean, sold out. I saw some photos.
Yes, there wasn't a empty seat in the house.
People dressed to the nines.
Yes, it was very exciting. This event continues to grow every year, and so we kind of had a little bit of a surprise last year when it came. We weren't quite expecting the crowd that we got, and so we added a second show, or they added a second show, and we got really prepared, and so it went super smoothly. And so I think
I understand they were pretty happy.
They were, and happy enough that we're in talks to add a third show, so it'll be a Friday night and two on Saturday type of thing. The town was full. It was a lot
of folks eating in our restaurants.
Yes,
and shopping in our stores.
Yep.
And gas.
So that was great. And then we moved the next week to the Tweeba Jamboree walking horse show, and then the Walking for Cancer. We talked about how much that money raises for the Bedford County Cancer Society and how well that does. And then we moved into what I think is probably the biggest non-celebration owned event we have had on our grounds.
People thought the celebration was going on, I think.
I heard that from a lot of people.
Seriously, I mean, with all the RVs out there and the horses.
Yep. Yeah, so we maxed out our RV parks and our stalls, and that's including the old historical white barns.
We like to call those classic barns, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Really, they're the old, like the 1940s barns.
Exactly.
Those are classic barns.
Yeah. Classic a couple times over.
Yeah, we don't usually use those until the end, until we have to, right?
That's right. And so
that's good we had to.
It was. So we filled that up. We had about 900 horses on the property.
Say that number again.
Yeah, 900, which is unbelievable for a non-celebration event. And even in the celebration, we'll have 1,300 individual horses or so, but they're not on the grounds at the same time. They move them in and out.
So these were all on the grounds
at the same time. Yep. We had about 855 installs, and the rest were haul-ins because we didn't have any more stalls. And so, that's a good problem to have. But Scott, the coolest thing about that event was it was all youth, and so
it's a big family event. I mean, it's really family friendly, right?
Yes, yeah. And so the American Quarter Horse Association has a formula that they use. So basically, every horse you have, they assume that it's an average of 2.5 people come, and they spend a certain amount per day in your community for the days that they're there. And so when you use that formula for an event like this, you're looking at almost $1 million impact to our local economy. You think about if we have 400 RVs or some 300 RVs there, all those diesel trucks are filling up before they leave. That's a lot of diesel being bought on the way out.
They're all paying hotel motel tax.
That's right.
All the RV spots are right to the city.
That's it. And some of them were staying in the hotels in our town too, and then eating in the restaurants. I heard a lot from restaurants about they just didn't have enough staff to keep up with it.
I think I told you there was a tire distributor here, a store that I just happened to be getting some tires in, and he was talking about how busy they got because everybody had trailers and they sell trailer tires there, and they did a booming business while they were in town. So I mean, what an impact! And those are all testimonies to that.
Yep. And Scott, this, but that's our goal. I mean, that's what we want to do out there. We want to be the home of the Tennessee Walking Horse, but also an equestrian capital in the United States. We want to be one of those. We want to be known like Lexington or Ocala, Florida, things like that. And I will tell you with the renovations to Cooper Steel, especially the new footing that we have in there, the
game changer.
Yep. Well, I mean, we really are competing for some of the largest events in the country, and it takes some time. Those events sign 3 to 5 year contracts. So when you get new footing or you renovate your facility, it takes 3 to 5 years for those events to be able to come to you.
And whenever, of course, Travis Emore, runs the Cooper Steel Arena for you, and whenever he started talking about in some of the meetings, when we're competing now, we're competing with the premier horse show grounds around the country for events, not like we're in the B leagues anymore.
Exactly.
And we're literally competing with some of the big names in the business to come here. And of course, this is a family-friendly town, so folks like coming here.
Yep.
And with those improvements at Cooper Steel Arena and improvements in the barns, and we'll work on the RV park next.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And Scott, almost $1 million. That $1 million was being spent in Jackson, Mississippi for many, many years.
They moved here from there, right?
That's right. Yeah. And so, not only is that for our town, that's a lot of money in our state that wasn't here before. And I've got lots of examples of that. We've taken
from other states, right?
Yeah, we've taken shows from
to Tennessee, baby.
That's it. We've taken shows from Kentucky and Florida, and a couple from Mississippi, and so a couple from Alabama. And so those are just great examples of new money coming into our community that didn't exist before.
Well, a lot of times, and we've talked about it before on the show, and I talk about it all the time, being familiar with government. I mean, that's a lot of sales tax. And the more sales tax, the less chance you have to increase property tax. So we like those dollars coming to town.
Exactly.
And where somebody pays those taxes, then they leave.
Yep, exactly.
We appreciate them being here, and then they leave.
Exactly. And one of the things I love the most about this event, when they left, they did a nice thank you on Facebook, and one of the things they said was just thanks for how welcoming Shelbyville was. And Scott, that means a lot to us because sometimes these people come from towns where they don't always feel safe, and our police did patrols through the grounds to make those kids feel safe, their parents, because they got kids running around all night, right? When you have 1,000 kids on a piece of property, they're up all night doing things, and so they don't want to worry about their kids.
No, we need to do a shout out to the Shelbyville Police Department, because I know you talked to Chief Phillips out there, and I had a conversation with him the other day. They did a great job, and that's kind of community policing, coming out and walking around and keeping everybody safe. And a ton of those visitors are very thankful for what the police department did to kind of check in on things, see what's going on.
Yeah, they were
helping out. So I appreciate it there at Shelbyville Police Department.
I can't thank our county and city officials,
because everybody's employees. Very supportive of what's going on at Celebration Grounds. That's true.
They realize when you have an event with 1,000 new people on your property spending money in your town, it's just good for all of us. And so
good for everybody. Yeah.
I can't thank the local community enough for helping us with this enormous event that we had, and just want to say let's look for more of them. We're hoping.
Yeah, hopefully they'll come back.
Yeah, and so Scott, we had a quick turnaround.
You never a dull moment of celebration.
Not this time of year. So those barrel racers moved out on Sunday morning. We came in and started cleaning stalls on Monday, and then the 4-H'ers, the state 4-H show is currently on the property. They moved in on Tuesday, and so it was a flip, is what we call it, a huge flip.
And they set up stations all over the grounds, don't they? I mean, when I was out there the other day, I saw they had little competition places all over the grounds, not just at Cooper Steel Arena.
They are one of the events that truly use almost all of our property, even though they're not filling up all the stalls. I mean, they're all over because they've got every discipline you can think of. I mean, they're doing dressage over here, and
that's a statewide show.
Yep, it is the state competition for 4-H. The next one is the super regionals, they call it, and so it goes down to Perry, Georgia. But that people from all over the state are coming. You know, we're pretty good because we're located right in the middle, and so those East Tennessee and West Tennessee
we do have that geographic advantage too.
Yes.
No, we do. And that's why we have so many trucking companies here.
That's right.
Geographic advantage. Yeah.
A lot of interstates come through here.
Roger that.
But Scott, that's those are the events that have happened since I was last on the show. It's been.
We ain't even talked about the ones coming yet, have we?
No, sir.
Folks, we're going to take a 2-minute break. We're talking to Warren Wells, the Chief Executive Officer of the Celebration Grounds here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County. We'll be right back.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
At United Communications, we're more than just fast internet. We're your local connection to reliability and service you can count on, right here in Bedford County. With fiber fast speeds and a team in your local community, we keep you connected when it matters most. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from people who care. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool, and triple-stranded pocketed coils to give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company. 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station. 931-684-5662.
Here at Farm Credit Mid-America, we want to get to know you and your story. We are a member-owned cooperative offering a range of loan products. So when you find that incredible land tract that you've been longing for that fits into your story, give me a call, Jonathan Boyce, at 931-212-0101, or come by and see me, 1908 Madison Street, here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Loans are subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply. Farm Credit Mid-America is an equal opportunity lender.
Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting, the only locally owned radio station here in Bedford County. It's that time of the month we're talking to the Celebrations Chief Executive Officer, Warren Wells, about the various things going on the celebration grounds here in Shelbyville. Warren, you ran through a whole laundry list of pretty successful events that came to town and what a great economic impact they have in this community. But you got a whole bunch more lined up coming in. I mean, for you guys, never a dull moment.
It's not. And this is our time of year, our time to shine kind of thing. And, unfortunately, our staff works, fortunately, we have a great staff. But for them, they're working, 7 days a week, through the summer. It's hot. But yeah, we have a lot going on. And so some events that are going on now and coming up in the next few weeks before I come back on the show. This one is not at the Celebration Grounds, but I did want to mention Christmas in July Walking Horse Show is out at the Ag Center. Always a big show. It used to be the week of the 4th of July, but it's up a week early this year. And so if you're looking for something to do this weekend, there's a great event out at the Ag Center. And also we have the 4-H show that I mentioned. So you're welcome to come see the youth at the 4-H show during the day, and the walking horse show at the Ag Center at night.
Roger that.
And then next week we move into a fast, and this is we've mentioned this before, Scott. That's the organization that raises money for the legal fund for the walking horse industry. And so they have an event next Wednesday and Thursday in the Cooper Still Arena, and then as they leave, the Money Tree Classic comes in on Friday, and so we have that event, another Tennessee Walking Horse event, annual event as the Money Tree, and then not at our facility, but everybody in the Walking Horse world will move from Cooper Still Arena on Friday to Woodbury on Saturday. So busy time.
When Woodbury happens, we're getting close to the celebration.
Yes.
It's one of those stepping stones, right?
Yeah, I tell people all the time, they're always like, you get real busy, around August, right? I'm like, no, 4th of July shows are pretty much from there on out. It doesn't feel any different. The celebration's here to me when the 4th of July shows happen. So that's here now. And then I will, since I mentioned fast, the audience has heard us talk about the legal fund and the lawsuits that we've had and things like that. And
they were just a necessary thing that had to happen.
They were, and we were successful, in those. So the whole time we have had the major organizations, FAST, Celebration, the breeders, and the trainers have all come together to raise money or figure out how we want to help our breed out. And so Tuesday night of next week, there's going to be an event called Stars and Stripes, and it's going to be a dinner in the Big Oval, Celebration Arena, outside in the Big Oval, and we're going to have some celebrity judges, so some trainers are going to be waiting tables. I don't think I'm a celebrity, but I'm going to be waiting tables, and it's all to raise money for the legal fund. And so if you're out there, and even if you're, I think everybody in the walking horse business knows about this event and plan on being there, but if you're just a citizen and you want to, be involved and help the legal fund, or just have a really nice dinner in the middle of the Big Oval. We're going to have a band. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be a great party. You can go to the Celebration website, Facebook page, and find some information about the Stars and Stripes, or contact our office, and we can help you with that. But that's next Tuesday.
Sounds like a great event.
Yeah, we're really excited about
especially if you're going to be waiting tables.
Yeah, I worked at Bocelli through high school and college.
Okay, so we're not talking amateur hour.
No. But
you actually have you got a foundation in this.
That's right. I may be a little rusty, but I served a lot of pizza in my days, and so I guess I can probably wait tables again. And so
I learned something about you today. I did not know you were a waiter at Bocelli.
I did it all. I started off as a dishwasher when I turned 16.
Oh, you worked your way up there.
And then I waited tables and I cooked. I did everything.
You're
there.
a cook?
Yeah.
Do you cook at home?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's my stress reliever. Put me behind the stove or out on the grill.
There's no stress one when there's an event going on all the time on those 104 acres out there. I don't know what you're talking about. What else you got?
So moving in, deep into July 16th through the 19th, we have a new event that we have not had before. It's called the Ranch Horse Celebration. So really excited about that. It's just kind of a different discipline than we have. A lot of those Western breeds and things is something we're trying to get into. So really excited about that one. And then July 24th, Heart of a Champion, Tennessee Walking Horse Show will be at Champions Arena. This is a fundraiser for Cascade High School, and I believe it's the cheerleading team. And so that's always cool. And Scott, as you know, I'm a little biased towards Cascade.
I was about to say we need to have a full disclosure here.
Yeah,
I believe you went to Cascade, didn't you?
I did, K through 12.
There you go.
And then my oldest is there, and my wife went there. So we're a Cascade family, true and true. So. And it is the only school that has a Tennessee Walking Horse as their mascot, I will remind people. So it's cool to have them out there.
Cascade champions, right?
That's it. And then we're going to close out July with another new show that we've never had, a miniature donkey show. So that's July 25th and 26th.
What do they do at a miniature donkey show?
Well, Scott, I've never seen one.
Okay, this will be a first for everybody, right?
I'll be learning, but I don't know, and I'm really excited.
It should be fun to find out.
It's going to be fun. I mean, who doesn't want to see a bunch of miniature donkeys walking around?
I know it. No.
But Scott, it's just another thing. Like I just mentioned, you guys
got a wide variety.
A lot of variety.
Something for everybody.
People always used to think of the celebration. That's just where they have walking horse shows, and then every once in a while they'll have a rodeo here and there or a demolition derby. But I mean, this year, if you look at our calendar, I mean, we have hit so many different breeds, so many different disciplines, and that kind of goes that whole thing I was telling you about, home of the Tennessee walking horse, but equestrian capital.
Well, and the way you got folks need to look at that is, I mean, all those that diversity of shows and stuff, and being able to generate revenue helps us support what we do with the walking horse industry as well. So that's it all kind of goes hand in hand, and being able to diversify like that's really helped us a lot, right?
Yep, that's it.
Roger Dodger. What else you got?
Well, I can't finish July without talking about August and
11 night show. We're going to talk about the 11 night show.
That's it.
Let them run and walk on.
That's it. And so we come into August. We actually I will be here before this, and so I'll talk about it again. But we have a new show coming in August. I thought my staff would kill me.
I was going to say, no stress on the staff, right?
Travis booked another show. We're going to have a Pasifino show, another new breed. That's it.
I used to own a Pasifino.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, that was a great trail horse. Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so they'll be coming in August. So this will be the first time the celebration hasn't completely shut down in August to prepare for the celebration. But
yeah,
yes.
Don't kill Warren staff.
Right,
okay?
right.
This is important.
I'm gonna blame.
We like our
Travis.
Pasafinas.
Yeah,
Travis. Okay,
yeah, we'll blame it.
Y'all go see Emore.
Yeah, exactly. So celebration is just around the corner. We released our class schedule yesterday. A few changes, a few additions. We will have 203 classes in 16 sessions coming up in August. And so if you're looking at what nights you want to come and things like that, the final class schedule is out there. So please go and do that. If you're looking, if you're out there and you haven't bought your box seats yet or your reserve seats and things like that, now's the time. So please contact our office.
Just come on out, or just call, or
if you're looking for new box seats, it's always good to come in so you can look at the map and maybe go see those seats where you might.
And the office is open Monday through Friday.
That's
that right?
That's correct.
What times?
Yeah, I mean we have someone there by 7:30, but 8 to 5.
8 to 4 or 8 to 5. Come on out. That would be a great suggestion, folks. You want the box seat out there to come out, because that way you can look at the map and talk to the ladies in there that run that and kind of get what you're really looking for.
That's right. And so we're ready to.
But if you're looking for an A, B, or C row,
it's going to be nearly impossible.
I was going to say that's tough. That's tough. That's the cream season. But there's still other ones available.
That's right. We definitely have them available. But yeah, A, B, C, and maybe even D is nearly impossible to get now if you don't already have them.
Those are the folks that like to get the dirt on them.
That's it.
Those horses around that corner slinging that dirt.
Yeah. When it rains and you got the dirt flying in your food and things. I think most people in the outside world wouldn't think that's very fun, but that's what our people love.
Mine's on B. I don't get a whole lot of dirt, but if you're in A, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah, I'm on D. I'm way back there. I'm new to. I got to move my way up. Even the CEO's got to sit in D.
The box we have is my wife's box, and it's been in her family since they built them, like in 1948. Isn't that crazy?
Amazing. Yes, that's
that's what kind of traditions we have out there, right?
Yeah.
That's what's neat about it.
Yep. I remember, my father-in-law would go into the show with him when I was dating and ultimately married my wife. And, as new box seats came available, he was up on the list. He could have moved forward. And I remember him saying, I've got no intentions of moving closer. I waited 15 years for this box. It's my box, and I'm keeping it, kind of thing. And so,
right.
There's a lot of traditions like that.
Sure, yeah. So, folks, come on out. If you want to get a box seat for the celebration, there's some available. Come out to the office Monday through Friday between 8 and 5. What else you got, Warren?
Well, we always talk about, it's not always fun to talk about, but the lawsuits, things like that that we have going on. Not much change with the USDA, just, as of yet. We still have that one lawsuit in West Tennessee that we're waiting to hear from. Don't know if we'll hear that before the celebration. But along those lines, the USDA under a new administration has been coming to horse shows, and in some ways, a lot of things have been the same. But one thing I can say is different is the communication. They
actually talk to us now.
Yeah, and feel like just the respect. They're respectfully.
Well, and that's what needs to happen, right?
Right.
We're not always going to agree.
Yeah.
But at least have that open communication and kind of walk through things.
Yeah.
And for those of you that not that familiar with it, and everybody understands there's with the Horse Protection Act, there needs to be an enforcement thing, but we're just looking for fair and objective enforcement.
Yeah,
right? That's the bottom line.
And when you change policies or how you inspect a horse or something like that, just give us some explanation or maybe a heads up that
or not do it like 2 hours before a horse show.
Right.
I think I remember that happening.
Yes.
Previous administration.
Yeah, a major 20-year way of doing something and change it 2 hours before a horse show starts. And not only that. The horse show had already started. It had been going on for a day, and so to inspect a horse differently halfway through a show, it kind of throws everybody off a little bit. We all want to be on the same side and make sure we have clean horses, but
I think that got validated that they did that too, right?
There was. Thank you for reminding me. There was an OIG investigation.
Office of Inspector General.
Yep. Want to thank the House Oversight Committee. Comer, who is from Kentucky, has a lot of walking horse people up there. Helped us get that OIG investigation, and it did validate some of our concerns. And agreed with us. And so what I read in the OIG,
and OIGs are independent.
They are.
Yeah, they're not normally not political, so they just look at the facts and provide them.
Yep, and they took a long time. I mean, this started the week after the celebration ended. That they asked for this, and it just now came out this week, or it could have been Friday of last week.
Right.
And so if the Walking Horse Report is out there, and it has that OIG report if anybody wants to read it. But yeah, it did validate. But what I saw in it was that the USDA agreed on some of the things that we had pointed out that was wrong, and so hopefully those are going to get fixed. And I don't truly know what this means for us, but the deputy secretary was just confirmed, and he's a Tennessee guy, Judge Stephen Vaden, from Union City.
Number 2 guy.
Tennessee. Number 2, the USDA is a Tennessee guy, and so hopefully we at least have an ear when we have.
Well, hopefully he has a better understanding than maybe some folks of the walking horse industry.
That's right. I mean, we live and breathe walking horses here, but when it comes to all 50 states, we are a small breed, and so it's nice to have someone who's familiar with us, someone who's been to the celebration. He was there last year, and been coming for many years.
Hopefully he'll show up this year.
I think so. Yeah.
Roger. Well, Warren, we're about out of time. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so. Thanks to all of you for having us and letting us talk about what we're doing at the celebration grounds in the community, and thank you all for the ones out there that support the Tennessee walking horse industry and the other events that the celebration does.
Well, I know people appreciate you coming in and giving an update every month about what's going on at the celebration, the walking horse industry, and the other breeds, the different things you got going on. And this podcast will be available later today on Facebook. I'm sure you guys will be sharing that out at the celebration. But thank you and your staff. We didn't do a shout out to your staff, man, because you got a great staff out there.
Yes,
and they're going 100 miles an hour during the summer season. So thank you to them and the folks that work out there at the celebration, and all the local government that helps support the celebration and what we're trying to do here. Folks, we've been talking to Warren Wells, the Chief Executive Officer for the celebration here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County. We've got 11 government-related talk shows every month right here where you can tune in and hear the facts and hear it straight from the horse's mouth about what's going on in these various sectors of our community. And we can't quit without thanking this whole plethora of sponsors we have now for these government-related talk show. United Communications, Fast Local Internet, Farm Credit Mid-America, securing the future of rural communities and agriculture. Dr. Dale Hasty Family Eye Care, because your eyes are a precious thing. And, of course, Kincaid Service Company, where service has been their middle name since 1934. Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting, just reminding you that's the only locally owned radio station here in Bedford County. Until next time.
United Communications builds connections you can rely on. Whether it's fast internet for your home or your business, our fiber network is designed for your community. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from real people. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
Here at Farm Credit Mid-America, we want to get to know you and your story. We are a member-owned cooperative offering a range of loan products. So when you find that incredible land tract that you've been longing for that fits into your story, give me a call, Jonathan Boyce, at 931-212-0101, or come by and see me, 1908 Madison Street, here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Loans are subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply. Farm Credit Mid-America is an equal opportunity lender.
Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com. When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.